One person involved with the early space program who did not remain silent was Joanne Donaldson, a young biomedical engineer at NASA. In 1972, during the Apollo 17 moon mission, Donaldson's job was to monitor the astronauts' vital signs and to observe their pre-flight and post-flight recovery.
Ron Evans was in charge of the command module while Gene Cernan and Harrison Smith were on the surface of the moon. When the command module would orbit the moon, part of the orbit would take it behind the moon, what we call loss of signal to mission control. Day 2, Ron came out from behind the moon, reported into mission control, and Gene comes up on the comm lake and says, "Hey, Ron, you're not lonely up there without us, are you?" And Ron reported back, says, "No, I got company." Everybody was just kind of taken back. It's like, company? That in itself implies that there was something else up there with him. Well, Mission Control's first reaction was, "Guys, are you joking?" And Ron says, "No, this is not a joke. There is an object flying in formation with me up here circling the moon." When Ron reported that the object was leaving his orbit, he calculated that they had been in formation with him for approximately 5 to 5.5 orbits of the moon.
But as far as the public was concerned, nothing out of the ordinary happened. At the exact moment that astronaut Ron Evans reported he was not alone, NASA officials disconnected the public feed for media outlets. The following day, NASA ordered a conference call for everyone involved in the incident.
We were all told we're going to continue on with the mission as if nothing has happened, and do not discuss this anomaly with anyone outside of your command.
After the Apollo 17 crew splashed down in the Pacific Ocean, Joanne Donaldson examined Evans as part of the post-mission recovery procedure.
Ron was sitting up on the side of his bunk, and he goes, "Well, I'm reliving what I saw while I was in orbit around the moon. I don't think the Russians launched something this big in orbit. I estimate this thing was 40, 45 feet long. It was cigar shaped."
Now, any cylindrical object like that is not going to be something that we made, so what was it? Clearly, it was not one of ours.
We trust these astronauts to report back on what they see. They're essentially scientists that are exploring space on our behalf. But a lot of people are unaware of the fact that many of our astronauts have spoken openly about UFOs. Many of them were fighter pilots before they became astronauts, and they have seen craft flying as pilots. Could it be they've been pulled aside and told, this is all you're allowed to say and no more, because NASA is trying to silence these astronauts from telling the truth?